When they say time flies, they are not kidding. I was in middle school when the first Hunger Games movie came out. That's how much time has passed. I feel old. Thankfully, I had a good movie to watch, but still. Ah! Hi, my name is Ryan Lane, and welcome to my review channel. So for today's movie, I will be reviewing The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, directed by Francis Lawrence and starring Tom Blyth, Rachel Zegler, Viola Davis, and Peter Dinklage. So, set over 6 decades before the events of the original movie, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes follows Coriolanus Snow, played by Tom Blyth, as he attempts to restore his family's legacy and lift his cousin Tigris, played by Hunter Schafer, and his grandmam, played by Fionnuala Flanagan, out of poverty. And he'll get his chance to do so as the mentor to Lucy Greybeard, played by Rachel Zegler, one of the unfortunate children to be picked to fight to the death in, well, the Hunger Games. Complicating Snow's efforts are to turn Lucy Greybeard into a winner and a spectacle, as per Peter Dinklage's character, are batshit crazy scientist Dr. Volumina Vigao, played by Viola Davis, drunkard Professor Casca Highbottom, played by Peter Dinklage, and guilt-ridden student Sejanus Plith, played by Josh Riviera. So the performances are all around pretty solid. Viola Davis is clearly having a ball hamming it up as Dr. Gowl, a batshit crazy scientist who wishes to impose order through chaos and a lot of violence. So, yeah, there's a certain quote by a comedian about trying to impose peace through war comes to mind, but I can't exactly say it on this channel. Otherwise, the YouTube algorithm gods won't be very happy. And miraculously, despite said hamminess, Viola Davis never feels out of place with her performance. Considering all the colorful characters to be had, in some ways she's a bit of one of the normal ones. Sort of. Anyway, like I said, this is Pandem. The curve is kind of a bit askew. Also, Peter Dinklage is solid as an alcoholic professor with wisdom to dole out and grudges to act upon. And Josh Riviera gives a very lived-in performance as Sejanus Plinth, a guilt-ridden academy student who wants to change things, yet is very sheltered and can't stomach violence. But it's the two main leads who truly steal the show, with Tom Blyth and Rachel Zegler truly shining in their roles. Rachel Zegler shines as Lucy Greybeard, a District 12 tribute, with the voice of an angel and the bite of a snake. Seriously, you do not want to get on her bad side because, well, she will respond in kind to it. I'll just leave it at that. Zegler makes a meal out of the songs, of which she's given quite a lot to sing, proving that her performance in West Side Story clearly wasn't a one-off. She is really good. Also, Tom Blyth delivers a venomous yet very soulful performance as Coriolanus Snow. Blyth, he manages to make the character his own and escape from the shadow of Donald Sutherland's performance, and he manages to carry the performance in no small part due to his emotionally expressive face. Like, there are many scenes where he's required to deliver his emotions without delivering a single line of dialogue, and he aces it perfectly. Well, okay, I guess not perfectly per se, but he does a great job at it, is what I'm getting at here. He also manages to merge the sociopathic and caring aspects of his character into a cohesive whole, and he keeps the audience guessing as to whether he genuinely cares about someone or if he's acting only to further his own goals. It's really a sight to see. It's like you're wondering, okay, is he, just manipulating this person, or does he genuinely care about them? And I found that to be the best part of the movie. The film's cinematography is fluid and it helps enhance the storytelling. Split framing helps communicate the connections and divisions between the characters, and the shallow focus helps emphasize the actors' very emotionally expressive faces. The action scenes also benefit from fluid, continuous cinematography that helps create some of the most coherently enjoyable action set pieces in the franchise. Like, seriously, I I enjoyed this action the best out of all the five movies now that have come out. And the set design, it's very lived in, and it's distinctive from the other movies, yet I can believe it as a much younger, more analog version of Panem. The weakest part of the movie, though only by default, really, is the writing. The writing features setups and payoffs that are creative, thematically rich, and filled with a lot of pathos. The writing also gives its actors rich backstories from which to draw from for their performances, and the world building helps advance the storytelling and never feels tacked on. There are some issues. Like, for example, in the first act, there's a bit of some janky expository dialogue trying to explain all the characters. Like, some characters will just blatantly out loud state their relationships with various characters. And I mean, honestly, the only way it could have felt a bit more awkward was if the actors delivered this exposition into the camera. Again, not terrible, but it does kind of, diminish the experience a little bit. Also, some of the supporting characters are a bit underwritten, like the poor kids chosen to fight in the Hunger Games. Aside from Lucy Graybeard and maybe one or two other characters, the actors are not given too much to work with, at least compared to the characters in the Hunger Games Catching Fire. And then there's a change from the book. And again, I'm not against changes to the source material in general when it comes to adaptations, but the changes need to improve the story. And this change, I don't know, it sort of weakens the writing. It has to do with Snow's character, and it involves a big spoiler, so I can't go into too much detail. However, I will say this, the change, it removes some of his agency, and again, it's not a huge problem, but for those who have read the book, it'll prove to be a odd creative liberty to take with the source material. So, though it suffers from a few writing missteps, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes benefits from a solid cast, well-realized production design, and fluid cinematography. So with all that in mind, I will be giving the movie 4 out of 5 stars. Anyway, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. If you like this review and would like to see more like it, be sure to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. And for today's comment section prompt of the day, what is your favorite Hunger Games movie and why?